Hey you guys, I've been meaning to make a video for quite the last few hours, and I didn't really want to think about it. Didn't really know what to do, but I just knew I had to put one up soon, because I'm starting to get more viewers, and I have to say something about this. You guys are stupid. You fell for the do not watch this, and you watched it, and that has 122 views. And it's probably not about what you think it's going to be about. It's not, like, bad. It's about a book. So, haha. I tricked you, okay? My head's hurting and my throat hurts. And I was just cold a minute ago, but now I'm starting to sweat. So, I think I'm probably getting sick. My bones creak like I'm an old person. Okay. Now my arm's starting to hurt. It's been a crappy day. Okay, except for something that happened in English today, which actually gave me the idea for this video. So, I will be reading something I wrote for English, and today my teacher asked me if she could have a copy of it, because apparently she wants to read it to the other classes, which is kind of cool, because that means it's good. Or it has a good message, which is probably the second reason why she picked it. But yeah, I don't know, I'll just start reading, and yeah, this is a true story. My dreadful fear of bees. Besides police officers and a black cat that meanders aimlessly throughout my neighborhood, I'm absolutely terrified of bees. Half my life ago, I went to this summer camp at a school called Touchstone Elementary. Since Touchstone is a private school, they tried to incorporate some learning into the week-long camp. That week, the camp counselors were teaching us about our 5 senses. The sense that we were studying the day the bee incident occurred was smell. The teachers split the class up into 2 groups, and we were going to lead each other on a smelling scavenger hunt. The teacher of my group was given a lemon, and we were to rub it on various objects around the school, ultimately creating a trail of lemon smell for the other group to follow. My group went outside, while the other group made their scavenger hunt indoors. While I watched the teacher rub the lemon on a tree trunk, I was thinking to myself how boring this scavenger hunt activity was becoming. I started walking down the uneven sidewalk in the opposite direction of my group, towards the girl plucking dandelions out of the sidewalk cracks. Behind me, I heard some kids yelling, but I didn't bother to turn around to see what all of the commotion was about. I continued to walk down the cracked pathway when a sharp pain pierced my right hand middle finger, knuckle. I ignored the pain, thinking I had just imagined it. Then I felt a pinch on my ankle. I turned around, and I wished I didn't. Bees were swarming everywhere. Mostly around my group a few feet away, but I didn't want to take any chances. They could fly pretty fast. The desire to be next to the dandelion-picking girl was even greater now. She was a safe distance away from all of us. My foot got caught on an uneven piece of the asphalt as I was running. I was still looking over my shoulder when I realized I was falling. I turned my head in time to see my hands reach out in front of me and slam against the sidewalk, but my hands couldn't take in the force of my fall, and I slid onto my face. The gritty concrete was scraping the flesh on my nose and upper lip straight off, as if my face was a block of cheese. Lovely image, isn't it? I jumped to my feet, not thinking about what just happened to my face. The only thought occupying my mind was to get the heck away from the swarm of bees behind me. I looked at the teacher, who was swatting the air with her plastic blue clipboard. She was too busy dealing with herself and the other kids, who were getting a million stings, than to deal with me. A drop of blood dripped onto my shirt. I needed to get to a restroom. Tried not to think about what just happened to my lip and nose. I ran up towards the school. Even there, kids were screaming. Had the bees traveled this far? No. Those kids were screaming because of me. Blood was rolling off my face, and I saw my shirt, now newly designed with red polka dots. I knew I had to deal with the amount of blood running down my face. There was a salty metallic taste dripping into my mouth. I finally reached the 3rd and 4th grade building and darted into the restroom. I heard a scream somewhere inside, but I ignored it. My first priority was to get cleaned up. There was just so much blood on me. I turned on the water in the bathroom sink and wet a paper towel. I usually would have braced myself for the sting of the water, but I couldn't even feel the pain of the wound itself. My face and hands were stinging, but yet at the same time they felt numb. I was cleaning my nose when I realized that there was someone standing, paralyzed, next to me. Then I realized who it was. Oh God, not her. The girl on my left hated me, and I hated her. She would pick on me during recess, snack, and free time. She didn't really make sense either, because as far as I could remember, I did nothing to her. When my friends and I tried to avoid her, she would still pick on me. I loathed her. I thought she was going to insult me or something, but instead she was crying? What's this? She's handed me a damp paper towel? Please, she said, voice shaking. Take it. I looked at her, stunned. Blood started dripping down my face again. I turned back to the sink, not wanting to deal with her now. Why couldn't she just leave me alone, especially now? I blotted my upper lip carefully with my own paper towel, trying not to exacerbate my wound. I tried to ignore her, but her hand was still innocuously outstretched with a paper towel dangling from it. I don't want it, I said, rubbing water on my lip, watching the red drip into the sink and swirl around like elegant smoke. No, her voice cracked. Yep, she was definitely crying. I don't want you to die. I'm sorry. I looked at her, not believing what I had heard. This was coming from the girl who made it her goal every day to torment me. With tears streaming down her face, and me trying to keep blood from streaming down mine. The moment was beautiful, in a sort of sad, repulsive way. Don't worry, I said, taking the paper towel. Trying to be reassuring, I added, I won't die. For the first time in my life, I managed to smile at her. Explanation of the bees. Some kid or kids stuck a stick into a hole in the ground at the base of the tree trunk. The mouth of the hole ended up being an entrance to an underground beehive. When I learned this, I didn't think that was possible. Bees didn't and couldn't live underground. But since the bee incident happened, I have never ever dared to stick a stick in a hole, just in case. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later, and I hope you guys aren't feeling as crappy as me. So, I really hate sore throats. Makes it feel like you're suffocating or something. Okay, bye.